Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and today's reading is going to be a relationship reading where we're going to be looking into what's going on in this connection, what's going on between you and your person. If any of you have never been to this reading before, typically the goal of the reading is for you to understand sort of the dynamics that are at play between yourself and your person, joining energies between you, and any guidance or advice that each of you may need to work on at this time. So think of it kind of as an energy check-in, a way for you to understand where the connection stands right now and what is happening beneath the surface between the both of you. So let's get into our disclaimers. Always keep in mind, guys, that these readings are general in nature. So some of the messages may resonate quite specifically to you while other messages might not. If something isn't fitting your situation, simply just release it and let it go. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't allow it to get you upset if you don't like the message or if the message doesn't feel like it fits your situation. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate reading on your own specific situation. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our deck selection. So we're working with 3 different decks today, 3 different piles. So for pile number 1, this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and the crystal we're working with is pyrite. For pile number 2, this is the Field Tarot, and the crystal that we're working with is a clear quartz. And for pile number 3, we are working with the Lord of the Rings Tarot and some amethyst. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your connection with your person. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected group. See you there. Hey, pile 1, if you guys picked out the Forest of Enchantment Tarot with this pyrite crystal, this is going to be your relationship reading. So we are going to be looking into what is going on in your connection with your person. I'm going to start off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. So joining energy in this connection, we have longing. We're going to have you, my viewer, on the left and your person on the right. Keep in mind with these general readings, you may find that the energies are flipped, so just use your intuition. So for you, my viewer, we've got interference. For your person, we have play hard. For you, my viewer, we have the energy of sacrifice. For your person, we've got alchemy. And for you, my viewer, we have trust. And your person, we have this could be the one. Okay. Going to go ahead and shuffle your oracle cards as well so we can kind of get everything we need out, and then we will get started. Decided to kind of pre-shuffle a lot of the oracles just so that we can get a little bit quicker into the reading. I feel like the last couple times I've done this reading, I feel like it's just gone pretty long. So let's go ahead and see. So I want to clarify this joining energy of longing here for pile 1 in their person. What is this joining energy of longing? What's the joining energy of this connection? Hanged Man reverse, clarifying the energy of interference for my viewer, please. Where do they stand energetically with this connection? Four of Swords. And clarifying this energy of playing hard. Where does their person stand in this connection? Five of Spells. It's the Five of Wands. We do have a Six of Challenges reversed at the bottom of the deck. So this is already telling me that there is an undertone here of maybe feeling like we're kind of stuck going around and around in circles. We're like stuck in the same place. This is an interesting depiction of it too, because you see how she's like been chased by these wolves up the tree. And so the Six of Swords is about sort of moving on from conflict, moving on from challenge, getting into a peaceful place, right? But it seems to me that you guys are still in this place where danger is still there or the issue is still there. It's sort of the vibe of like going around and around in circles, if you will. So let's see. Okay, guys, so let's get into your reading, and we'll get kind of more cards to progress as we move forward. But starting off with the joining energy between you and your person, we've got longing and we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. So I do feel that both people in this connection are missing each other quite a bit. I get the vibe that you guys have been in separation from this person for a little while, or as we were talking about here with the Six of Swords reverse, if you're not in separation, then the situation has kind of been stuck in the same spot for maybe a pretty long time, right? There's not really been a lot of progress. There's not really been a lot of movement. I feel like you, my viewer, are in more of a space of pause and wanting a rest or a break, where I see like your person is in the space of wanting to create and change. So with the Hanged Man in reverse, I definitely feel like there is a potential here for this connection to start to change in a sense, because this card is definitely about putting something on ice, putting something on pause. And here in this depiction, it's giving like Jurassic Park energy, right? It's like suspended in time or frozen in time. You guys have been maybe taking a pause on the situation because there's a need to see it from a different perspective here, or now is not the time for progress for whatever reason. But with it coming up in reversed, I do think that there's a chance that this connection is energetically moving toward a change or a movement of sorts. Your person, I think, is the one that might be wanting to push for the change more, because I see you guys over here needing a mental break in a sense. I feel that this group, with sacrifice coming up, I feel like you guys maybe are in a space of having really, for lack of a better word, sacrificed or given something up for this connection. And with the Four of Swords being here, it feels to me like you guys are in this space of wanting to kind of take care of yourself, wanting to bloom where you're planted, right? It's so important to take mental breaks from things that are stressing us out. It's so important to focus on our own healing and growth. And I feel like you guys, like this is giving me 10 of Swords vibes here. Like it's giving an energy of you guys really having put up with a lot from this connection. Maybe it's been just more mental stuff, but you've given up a lot for like the greater good of this situation. And because of this Four of Swords being here, I'm getting that there's a real desire to relax and heal and take a break and take a rest. And I'm feeling like this tree that's here is more signifying you, my viewer, getting a chance to revive yourselves. I'm also feeling for you guys, I'm wondering if this connection for you has felt really stagnant for a long time, because you notice how this tree is kind of blooming around this gray, sort of drab area. So I'm wondering if there is kind of a recognition here that this situation has been stale for a while, or it's been in a drought, for lack of a better word, for a while. And you all are, I think, are wanting that revival for yourself. Maybe it's the situation has sucked a lot of life out of you. And I do see that you guys, with the interference energy here, there's something about third parties or an external party. So you guys know, if you watch my channel, like we're not going to jump to conclusions about things. You guys know your situation better than me, but third parties just typically talk about any situation, person, or issue that is interfering with your ability to dedicated time to this connection. So even though there is this energy of longing between the both of you, of wanting to connect with this person, wanting to be together, I think that maybe even just longing for the change, right? Longing for progress. It seems like you guys are distracted or being kind of spread thinly between other things. And I'm wondering if the interference of the external party is why this sacrifice is coming up. Like maybe you guys are in a space where you've had to sacrifice this connection for something else, or you've had to sacrifice the external party for this connection, and it's been draining on you. So you guys are being guided at this time to trust. And I think that's the energy I see you in. It's an energy of being more released and leaned back, and not necessarily taking action, not necessarily doing or being anything for this person. It's about leaning back, taking care of you, and trusting that what's meant to be will be. It's an energy of surrender. And I think that you guys are probably more, what I see from this is that there's a conflict here, right? And I see it here with your person too, because this person is very active over here. They're wanting to create change in this connection. You guys are over here wanting a pause. And so I think it's interesting we have the Hanged Man in reverse, because you guys, I think, are more in this energy of like, I want to take a chill pill for a second. I want to pause. I want to put this on ice for a minute so I can heal. But your person is the one that's kind of pulling at you to pull out of that, right? They're over here with the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is telling me that this person is kind of feeling like you guys are not on the same page right now. I think that's pretty clear. And the Five of Wands is also about wanting to get things started, creating chaos, creating change. And so this person, you guys may be actually feeling like this person's arguing with you a lot or poking at you a lot or just getting on your nerves. Like Five of Wands is an energy of like conflict. It's also an energy of competition at times, banter, friendly banter, which I can see here, with the play hard energy. This person is definitely feeling like you guys are not quite on the same page, and they're trying to stir things up so that you can get things moving is what I feel. I see this with alchemy as well. This person is wanting to create change. They're wanting to attract you. They're wanting to manifest you. They're wanting to move forward in a way. And this person, it's like they're in a very playful energy with regard to this situation. So I'm wondering if this Five of Spells is more about like the banter. It says, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. So I think that they're wanting like a friendly, fun banter with you. They're wanting to, like maybe bickering and arguing is their way of like having fun. And I've been in situations like this with people before too, where like I can relate to where you guys are coming from, because sometimes when we're always having to banter back and forth with someone, it can be so exhausting. It's like, just let me rest. You know what I mean? Like, why do I always have to be like putting you in your place or engaging in this with you? Some people like that though. That's like their way of flirting. But yeah, they're wanting a change for sure. They feel like you could be the one. It says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So there's something about you that is special and unique to this person. I think they do enjoy genuinely their time with you. But there's definitely this recognition here that you guys are not quite on the same page. And I do feel like your person is wanting to change that. So let's go ahead, pile one, and let's get a few more cards. So what's the joining energy of the connection between pile number one and their person? Joining energy. We have spring. Yep, new beginnings. Let's get the clarifying energy for my viewers, please. Where do they stand with this connection at this time? We have hitched. And let's go ahead and get the energy of your person and where they stand at this time, please. Anticipation, yeah. You guys, I feel with hitched coming up here, I don't know if you guys, my viewers, are like already married or in another connection. Sometimes for me, this can just signify like wanting a connection like this, wanting a long-term commitment. So take it as it resonates for you. But it's like very clear to me that you, my viewer, have like very different priorities from this person. You have other things that you're responsible for at this time. So even though with the spring energy here, there is this desire for a new beginning that I feel between the both of you, I just feel like you guys would expect or desire a higher level of commitment. And I think this person, even though they see you as the one, there seems to be a reason why you guys can't do that right now. Okay. And your person is over here kind of waiting. They're anticipating hearing from you. They're anticipating like connecting with you. they're kind of like waiting on you. And they're energetically, I think, pulling at you to come out of this pause energy because they want to connect with you. They're missing you. They want to be with you, you know. We also did have this heart storm at the bottom. So kind of like the Six of Swords reverse, I do feel that there is beneath the surface here, especially for your person, I think that there's a troubled heart, you know, like the Five of Wands, like they're wanting to create with you. And I think that there's a frustration here with them having to wait, okay? I think that this person really enjoys indulging in your energy. I think they're very physically attracted to you as well. The spring season could be significant to some of you guys too. This could be where we start to see movement in this connection. But overall right now, you guys, it just really seems like you and this person are on two totally different pages. Even though there is still the connection of wanting each other and desiring each other, I feel like you guys are in a place where you might be sorting out other priorities right now. And this person is, I think, a little bit impatient. Like they're wanting what they want when they want it. So let's close it out, pile one. We're just going to look to see what you could work on with regard to this connection and what your person could work on with regard to this connection. And then just some general advice for you with the connection itself. So for pile one, what does my viewer need to work on as it pertains to this connection, please? So we have comparison. For pile one, what does their person need to work on with regard to this connection? We have vulnerable. And what's the joining energy of this connection? Or, I'm sorry, what advice do we have for pile one about this connection? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I just get on autopilot in these readings. We have retreating. Okay, so let's take a look. So with your person, we've got vulnerable. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. So this person, I think they hide behind this playful banter a lot. This is normal. I've seen this a lot over my years. And I think that this Five of Wands energy of banter and the goofy energy, like I do think that this is them putting up a shield or putting up a wall a bit, right? It's about them sort of keeping things light so that way they don't have to fully let their guard down out of fear of getting hurt, okay? And so maybe for you guys, that energy of the banter is a bit exhausting because, you know, it might feel like you're not really getting deep with this person or you're not really understanding who they really are deep down inside. Like it might feel surface level to some of you. It might be hard to connect with them because they have this kind of wall up, you know? However, I could also see like if you guys are in another connection or you've got someone else in your life, I do kind of see why this person might have that wall up, right? Because they might be, they clearly will know that like they should probably not be connecting with you if you're committed to someone else. And there is going to be that acknowledgement that if they open up and kind of let you in fully, that they're going to get hurt because this is a situation where you're not really able to fully connect with them in the way that they want. You guys have comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are. So for some of you, I do think that if you are single, if you're not in another relationship right now, I'm wondering if there's still some lingering stuff from an ex-partner, someone that you were in a long-term committed relationship or marriage with. And this energy is talking about you all needing to let go of that comparison. Like stop trying to compare this person to that person and kind of like measuring them against each other. That could also be why this person feels like they have this Five of Wands, because Five of Wands is competition as well, okay? This person might actually be feeling like they're in competition with someone else in your life, whether it's someone currently in your life or someone from your past. And so like you want to stop engaging in that energy if you want harmony with this person, right? You got to let go of what happened, let go of the old person so that you can really appreciate this person for who they are and get to know them. So in general here we've got retreating. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. So kind of interesting that we have that coming up for you guys because you all have a lot of retreat energy on your end of things here with the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man. So I think that your advice in general as it pertains to this connection, your love life, is to try to get yourself back out there a little bit. You know what I mean? Try to get yourself back out there and test the waters. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it seems like there's a blockage here around retreat. Like you're kind of getting into hermit mode a little bit because there's a fear of being vulnerable yourself, which may be totally justifiable depending on what you all have been through. So pile one, this was a very interesting reading. It definitely seems like your person wants you. So hopefully that was reassuring for you. But comment below. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. How does it resonate? What's been going on in your situation? And if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next video. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey there, pile two. If you guys picked out the Field Tarot with this clear quartz, this will be your love reading. So we're looking into this connection and what is going on between you and your person. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull out some of our pre-shuffled oracle cards first, and then we're going to do your tarot on camera. So joining energy of this connection right now, we have time apart. For you, my viewer, we've got support. For your person, we've got put away the computer. Keep in mind, guys, too, that these are general readings, so sometimes the energies may be flipped for you. Just use your intuition. For you, my viewer, we've got boundaries. For your person, we've got reclaim your power. For you guys, we have wedding. And for them, we've got free yourself. Okay, very interesting, as they always are. All right, let me pull some tarot cards for you guys. So I want to get the joining energy of time apart first. Joining energy of this connection, please. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I want to get the clarifying energy of where my viewer currently stands with this connection. The Emperor in reverse. Yeah. And the clarifying energy of where your person is currently standing in this connection right now. We have Five of Cups. Nine of Cups reversed at the bottom. So I definitely think that there's an unhappiness here, a feeling of not quite getting what they wanted. And I do see that there has been some strife and disappointment here between the both of you. So let's get right into this. So joining energy, we've got time apart. Some distance will help bring clarity. And we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So very clear message here that both people of this connection really feel that the best course of action is to take space. There seems to have been something that has gone on in this connection where both people may not have been seeing things totally clearly, and kind of taking that distance, separating yourself from it energetically and emotionally can help you to see it from a different perspective, right? The Seven of Pentacles is about walking away from something that's not working for us anymore, right? So I think that both people in this connection at this time kind of feel like it's not really worth it to continue to invest, to continue to put effort. Like you've put in effort thus far, and both of you guys, I think, are feeling like the efforts that you've put in, you're not really seeing the reward. You're not getting the return on investment. Something about it isn't working, and there's an energy of not really wanting to continue to try because we need to walk away. It's like walking away was the answer, and no more effort from either of you. So must have been something that was pretty fundamental, like a fundamental difference that you guys had for both people to say we're throwing in the towel here. So I feel like the issue for you guys is boundaries, because that's coming up a couple times with the Emperor and the boundaries card. I kind of feel with this Emperor energy coming up in reverse, for you guys, give me a second. There's one of two things happening here for you, my viewer. For some of you guys, I think that you need to work on boundaries, right? Like you need to work on being very steadfast and secure in yourself and steadfast and secure in your boundaries. The Emperor in reverse is when we don't really have boundaries. We're not structured. We're not stable within ourselves, right? And so when we're in this energy of not really having a clear framework or clear boundaries for something, we will sometimes allow behavior or people or situations into our lives that we shouldn't be, because we're not clear on who should and shouldn't be there and what behavior is good or bad, right? Now, the other thing that I'm getting for some of you guys out there is the Emperor energy reverse can also be kind of like even more of like hyper crazy Emperor, meaning like controlling, right? The Emperor is sometimes an energy of control and needing to be in control of things. And it can be a very masculine energy of being like overbearing in a sense. And wanting to influence or literally control, manipulate the situation to your liking. And so sometimes when we see an Emperor in reverse, it can be like an energy of being too controlling with boundaries. But I don't think that's most of you. I feel like the majority of you, because the boundaries card is coming up a couple times, I feel like it's more the first thing we were discussing, which is going to be about setting better boundaries. And I'm also picking up here, you guys have a wolf coming up twice. You've got a wolf here and a wolf here. We're going to look that up because I'm curious to know the significance of what a wolf means. I don't know all the spirit animals offhand, but with support energy, I think it's interesting because wolves run in packs, right? Even though both of these wolves are like alone, technically, this one not so much because they're with their little person here, but when I'm intuitively reading about the wolf from these cards, it's like wolves run in packs. And so I think that you guys right now are being guided to turn to your pack. Like, who is in your corner? Who is there that can support you with this topic of boundaries? Is it your friends? Is it your family members? Is it a therapist? Is it like, who is it that's helping to support you, that's aligned with you and there to protect and help you with this? So give me a second, guys. I'm going to look it up. What is the wolf animal spirit? What does it say? So it says the wolf spirit animal symbolizes strong connection with your instincts or intuition, high intelligence, loyalty, and communication, a deep desire for freedom also, which is really interesting. Also talks about family, friendship, loyalty, ferocity, protection, instincts. I'm really loving that message of instincts because I do think that you all likely have very strong intuition for this group, right? And we're probably picking up on certain things about this connection that weren't sufficient for you or that weren't maybe just like red flags, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy dramatic, but I think that, yeah, it's like there's an energy here of needing to trust yourself, needing to trust your intuition a little bit more closely when it comes to navigating these relationships, and then taking the information your intuition is telling you and setting those proper boundaries. I think that this group with wedding coming up here, I think that you all are definitely wanting, so either some of you guys are married to this person or like maybe you were in a long-term connection with someone. It doesn't necessarily feel like that with the Seven of Pentacles because this gives me like we've been investing for a time but not a long time, you know? But sometimes when this card comes up, it's when someone is wanting a long-term committed relationship, right? And that's why we invest in relationships, right? A lot of times when you invest in something, it's investing in it over time is typically because you're desiring something more long-term. So the situation involves marriage. There could be something about that topic that came up with this person that you guys maybe weren't as aligned with. So sorry guys, we spent a lot of time over here. Let's dial it over to your person. So your person is sad about the separation with the 5 of Cups. They're disappointed about it. I think that they may have a lot of regrets around how things went down between the both of you. And I think with this card coming up here, there was an issue here for this person with being able to actually spend dedicated time with you. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. So this specifically talks about work. But if it wasn't a work situation with this person, it's a time situation. This card is about spending more time with your partner versus being distracted by other things. And I feel that this person may have been distracted by other things and therefore was not investing as much structure into this connection as they could have. They weren't investing as much into the foundation of this connection as they could have. But your person over here, it's very interesting. They've got a lot of indications that they're trying to regain their independence in a sense, which kind of coming back here to this Emperor card is interesting because remember how I was getting that there's sometimes with this Emperor reverse, there's an energy of being too controlling and wanting the outcome to look a certain way or someone to work within your framework. And I do kind of see with your person that there is something about your connection that they felt powerless in, that they felt trapped in. So for some of you, that could be true, that maybe just be something to reflect on, right? That there was something about your energy that was a little controlling for this person with regard to the boundaries. And that's maybe why, again, boundaries are coming up, because sometimes our boundaries can be too much. Sometimes they can be too controlling. There's a fine line between having healthy boundaries and then like trying to control somebody. So this person, I think, has been feeling like they've been in a cage for a while as it pertains to this connection, that they haven't necessarily been in control of the situation, of themselves. And now they're in a place where they're wanting to come out of their trap, wanting to come out of their hiding, come out of their cage. And this person is working on taking their power back, right? Being more confident and independent in themselves. Let's see. What else do we need to know about this connection, please, for pile number 2? What's the joining energy? Clarifying the joining energy, please. Yeah, so very clear you guys are in your winter season with this person. It's so interesting when the seasons come up in these readings. Pile 1 had spring, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is just clarifying that right now you and this person are in a winter season where things are cooling off, things are dying down, things are going into hibernation for a little while. Let's clarify for my viewer where they stand in this connection. We have Lover in the Night, temporary. And what about their person? We have Fire in My Soul, inspiration. So you guys, I think, kind of see, and look, they have autumn here too. This is interesting. So I think for you guys, this was a temporary situation, or that's how you're viewing it now. Maybe this was something where you hooked up with this person. It was like a lot of fun, but it wasn't necessarily like long term, which I think is reflected in the 7 of Pentacles here. For someone out there, I do kind of wonder if you guys were like in a connection already and this was someone like you were hooking up with, or I don't know. Like there's something about third party coming up for me for someone out there, but your person with the Fire in My Soul, what I think that this connection has done for them is that it's propelled this person, inspired this person, reignited this person to make some changes in their life with the Autumn card coming up at the bottom of the deck. I think that this person, maybe they were in a place where they weren't stepping up. They weren't in an Emperor energy. They weren't providing structure for this connection. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that this person maybe didn't even have that within themselves. You know what I mean? So I think that through the disappointment of losing this connection, this person is now reignited to get their life together a little bit. Maybe it's going back and getting a better job. Maybe it's something about their self-esteem, because I'm getting a little bit of an aching in my like my stomach area, like my solar plexus area, like a discomfort almost. Which to me means that this person may not have been empowered. They may not have been confident in themselves. They may not have had direction for their life or this connection, right? And that stemmed from like maybe a low self-esteem. So I think that you guys, regardless of how you feel about them at this point, like this connection has reignited this person to kind of get themselves together, okay? So we will close this reading out, you guys, by looking into what you need to work on with regard to this connection, what your person needs to work on, and then the general advice for you. So what do my pile number 2 viewers, what do they need to work on with regard to this connection? What does pile 1 need to work on? Pile 2, need to work on with regard to this connection. So we have retreating. And for pile number 2, what does their person need to work on? Fear of touch. And what general advice do we have for pile 2 about their person? Too much. And we have giving too much. Very interesting. So kind of seems like, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like this person didn't give as much to this connection as you. I think there was an energy of you guys possibly being depleted because there was an imbalance here, you know? And I think that you guys may have wanted this person to be a little bit more of an emperor, and you kind of had to step in and be the emperor, and it was just too much. Now, this card in particular, it says you tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. So I think kind of going back to the Emperor card and thinking about the controlling aspect of things, I think that your advice as it pertains to this connection or as you move forward with love in general is to lean back and let others communicate to you through their actions and through their words. This is specifically talking about words, but I feel for a lot of you guys, this is more about action and energy. You know, like you don't have to overcompensate for somebody else's lack of effort. All you have to do is lean back and watch what they do. Let them step up. Let them rise to the occasion. Let them show you what they're actually doing. Because when we step in and start to act or overcompensate for their lack of effort, sometimes we lose sight of the reality of what they're actually contributing. And we end up then in a situation where we're giving too much and we're exhausted from it. So I think for you guys, we've got retreating here. It says your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. So I think as it pertains to love right now, I don't necessarily feel like it's with this person because it feels like it's pretty clear that you guys are going your separate ways and this is kind of done at this point. But I think for you guys, what's being said here is to not allow what happened with this person to negatively impact you getting back out there and dating again, right? There's no need to necessarily retreat unless you want to for a little while, but it's okay to put yourself back out there and try again. Not everybody is going to be this person, okay? Your person has fear of touch. You don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable with others. So I think this person has some intimacy issues likely. Maybe they don't like physical touch. There could be something deeper for them when it comes to this that they need to really focus on and heal. And that could have been part of the reason why they were like avoiding intimacy or getting deep with you. It could also be why they weren't feeling super confident with themselves as it pertains to this connection. It's something that they are trapped in that they really need to work on their own. And hopefully they're now inspired to do so after connecting with you. So Pile 2, we will go ahead and end your message here, but as always, please comment below. Let me know how it resonates with your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, if you guys picked out the Lord of the Rings Tarot with this amethyst crystal, this will be your reading. So we're looking into what is going on between you and your person, and we're going to start with your oracle cards pre-shuffled, and then we'll get into the tarot deck. So joining energy of this connection right now is finances. You, my viewer, we have vulnerability, and your person, we have self-care. Also keep in mind, guys, as always, you may find the energies are flipped for your situation, so just use your intuition to understand what side is you and what's your person. For you guys, we have restore. For your person, we have the evil eye. you guys, we have romantic feelings, and for them, we have passion. Intriguing. Very intriguing energy. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards, and then we'll kind of get into this reading. So for pile number 3, let's start by looking into the joining energy of this connection, please. Okay. 5 of Wands in reverse flying out of the deck. Okay. Clarifying energy of vulnerability for my viewers. Where do they stand energetically with regard to this connection? 3 of Wands reverse, and clarifying for their person. Where does their person currently stand energetically with regard to this connection? 3 of Coins in reverse. Okay, we have Judgment coming up at the bottom. So what I feel is that there's an undertone right now of reevaluation with this connection. Rebirth and renewal and second chances are all themes that come into play with the Judgment card. So I feel for a lot of you guys that maybe this is someone who you've been with in the past and they're coming back up, or in general, even if it's someone you all have been connecting with for a little while, I think that we are on the edge of making a choice about how we're going to move forward. Is this a situation where we can progress to the next level, or is it not, right? So very interesting to start us off. Okay. So joining energy of this connection, we have finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. So that's kind of interesting. So maybe for both of you guys, you're both having a financial issue. Maybe there's something about each of you needing to focus on your work, like your actual work. I don't really see a lot with finances except for on your person side of things with 3 of Coins. But you guys have a 5 of Wands reversed. So I'm wondering if there's been arguments about finances or arguments about work, challenges in general around this topic where the both of you have not been seeing eye to eye. And with this 5 of Wands coming up in reverse, this is typically when we walk away from an argument, which is kind of sort of what's being depicted in this card. I don't know how many of you guys are into Lord of the Rings. I know I'm a huge nerd about it, but this card kind of depicts where we should have gotten rid of something that was really bad, and one person is trying to say, get rid of it, throw it into the fire, and the other person's like, nope, they're corrupted by it, so they take it. So I don't know if that story resonates with this situation for any of you, but either way, it's in reverse, which is telling me that there's a walking away from a disagreement here about the situation. Now, you, my viewer, I feel like you guys are actually very open to this new beginning, this new renewal with your person. With Restore and vulnerability being here, I do see with Restore that there's this energy of wanting a refresh, a restart, second chances. I definitely also can see here that you guys have strong romantic feelings for your person, that this feels emotionally compatible for you in some way. And with vulnerability coming up here, this is basically saying you can be completely open with this person. So I do feel that you guys are in a space of feeling ready to express, feeling ready to open up your heart to them. Even if it doesn't mean opening up your heart to like move this connection to a new phase, it's more just about opening up your heart to express how you feel, right? About whatever the situation is. And maybe it's about this situation with finances. Maybe there's an energy of wanting to open up to this person about how you're feeling with this conflict you've had. But with the 3 of Wands reverse being here, this is, you guys both have a number 3 as well, which is interesting. We'll come back to that. But 3 of Wands reversed is typically when we're focused more on short term than long term. Okay, and Your person also with the Three of Coins reverse it's giving similar energy of like, I'm wondering if you and this person right now, because of what you've fought over, because of the disagreement you've had, that you're both sort of acknowledging that you're walking away from, I'm wondering if right now as you're tapping into this energy of this reading, or as I'm tapping into the energy of this reading, we're focused on like the short term of getting over this argument versus like the long term of the connection. Does that make sense? Like this reading doesn't feel like it's centered on long-term vision and effort right now. It feels like it's more centered on like the short term of like what's happening right now. And I want to say there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Sometimes in connections, there is going to be a need to focus on the here and the now and getting over humps and difficulties versus like what's going to happen 25 years from now, you know? So it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing that you guys are more focused on the short term than the long term vision, okay? Now your person is over here also having feelings for you. They're coming up with more passionate feelings though. So for them, I think they feel a lot of chemistry with you. I do feel like there is a physical attraction to you. But there's something about your person needing to take some space here with the self-care. This says clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. And they also have the evil eye, which is making me feel like they are in protection mode right now as it pertains to this connection. This person might be feeling a little wary of your intentions. This person might be feeling like you don't want them to win in some capacity. Like I keep going back to this story that I was telling you guys. There's like a difference of opinion here about like what to do with a situation for the long term. What's the right thing to do, the just thing to do, what's going to be best for everybody in the situation versus what's right for like me right now. And I feel like somebody was like maybe a little selfish in their choice or corrupted in their choice. You know what I mean? Like it's really, I don't know. I really want to know what's going on now because that seems like it has some significance to your reading, that story that card is telling. So there's like an energy of them wanting to protect themselves. And even though they feel connected with you passionately, it's like with the Three of Pentacles reverse, I think it's like right now, I think the focus is more on self versus teamwork. It's focused more on them, their healing, clearing their energy field versus collaboration and teamwork with you. And this Three of Pentacles is interesting because it's showing like working really deep into the earth. Root causes is what's coming to mind with this. So I think there's an acknowledgement here that there's like a root cause that may need to be addressed, but right now this person does not have the capacity to address it. So this is highly intriguing to me, pile 3. Let's continue. So what else does pile 3 need to know about this connection? I want to look at the joining energy here. Like for some of you guys, I do feel like this is just like a brief spat that you're having. But for some of you, I do think that there is something deeper that needs to be addressed here. Okay, so joining energy of this connection, please. We have gamble. Is somebody here really risky with their finances? Yeah. Someone here I think is risky with their finances, or someone here is greedy. Really interesting. Okay, let's see. Clarifying energy for my viewer, please. We have stars align and clarifying energy for their person. We have hitched. I guess, you know, it does definitely seem, again, that like there is a desire here to connect between the both of you. you guys are kind of in this energy of feeling very hopeful about this connection, restored, wanting to restore it, hoping and feeling and anticipating a favorable outcome between you two, which is why it feels like maybe this disagreement you had is a bit more temporary than versus like something really major. Your person here is showing up with hitched, so I do think that they are showing that they feel a commitment with you, that they do see you as long-term relationship material, but there's something that they are, I think, upset about. There's something with this evil eye where they feel like they need to protect right now. And the gamble card, aside from the message I just got about finances, is also about taking risks with this connection. That like there's an acknowledgement here between the both of you that a second chance is going to involve a risk of some sort. Maybe for you, it's the risk of vulnerability. Maybe for them, it's the risk of self-care, right? But there is some element of taking a gamble, which could be good, right? There's acknowledgement when you gamble that you could also get a good outcome. It's not always like the focus being on what you have to give up or what you're risking, but like you're taking a risk in order to get reward, with the connection. So there is this energy that both people see value in taking the risk, but it is a risk. I just continue to feel like gambling or like something with money is like a really big issue here, though. So let's see, pile 3. We're going to end the reading here by just looking to see what you guys, my viewer, need to work on as it pertains to this situation, what your person needs to work on. And we'll take a look at just some general guidance and advice for you as well. So what does my pile 3 viewer need to work on with this situation? What does pile 3 need to work on? We have holding on. Okay, and what does their person need to work on? We have age issues. And let's see, what general guidance do we have for pile 3 about this situation? Walking away. Well, your person is interesting. This is age issues. I wasn't really seeing a lot of that here, but it says you feel too old or too young to date, or you have issues with your partner's age. So this is kind of interesting. I would love for you guys to comment below and let me know, is there an age difference here? Like, are they much older than you? Are they much younger than you? It's hard for me to tell what's what based off the energies I'm seeing here, but I would love to know. But there is something with this person that they need to move forward from when it comes to age with this connection. And not all age differences are a big deal, right? Like, I think that we tend to make them a big deal in our society, depending on the situation, right? In some instances, it is a big deal. But ultimately, if this person is engaging with you in a relationship, like, if they want to engage with you in a relationship, they have to, like, let go of this age issues thing. Because you can't change somebody's age. It is what it is, Now, you guys over here have holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. So for some of you, there's a need to release an old person, an old situation, and not project that onto this person. For others of you, though, I feel this could actually be talking about holding on to this person. Because again, this is giving the energy of second chances with judgment. There's something about rebirth and renewal with this situation where there's been conflict here. So you guys will know best based on your situation, but there's something about old ties for you that needs to be released. And in general, your advice is about walking away. So it says you leave too quickly when things get challenging, stay and try and work it out. So I'm wondering if for some of you guys, your person, I don't know. I don't want to put an age. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to characterize traits by age. But I do think that your person is over here with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, which is about feeling like there's nothing to work. There's no teamwork here, right? And so that I think is a red flag for this person. Like they want to feel like they're on a team with someone. And that could be why the age issues is coming up. Maybe it's not really an age as in a number situation, but more so a maturity situation. Like they want someone that they feel is going to be with them to work things out when there's a conflict, instead of just running away or distancing yourself when times get hard. And I think that that could be why this person may have their guard up with the evil eye and be thinking like, I don't even know if this person is able to work with me like this, like they walked away when we got into a fight. So you're being guided here in general to try to work it out instead of running away from the problem. Because I think that walking away energy is what's putting your person on guard here. So very interesting reading, pile 3. As always, comment below. Let me know how it's resonating with your situation and what's going on in your situation. Tell me what is going on with the finances energy here. Like, I'm so curious to know about this. If you guys are not already, definitely please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post the next video, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.